What's up, guys? My name's Mike, otherwise known as XLMSL. This is Domination on, C-Town. And I will say this map's pretty beast. In this video, I kind of want to go over my first impressions, being that the game's been out for a week, and I feel, confident with my opinions on the game so far, and what I do think might be a problem, what I think about the guns and maps and kill streaks and everything. I'm going to lay it out in this video, and we'll see, as the game goes by, what really turns out to happen. Alright, so we'll start off with the kill streaks. If you guys don't know, if you haven't picked up the game yet, it's Assault, Support, and Specialist. And when I first went into the game, I saw Specialist, and I thought that was the stupidest thing ever. Who cares about getting more perks when we could have AC-130s or Osprey Gunners? What's the whole point of extra perks, And little to my knowledge, it ends up being one of the best kill streaks in the game. If you guys don't know, basically every 2 kills, and if you're running hardline, every 1 kill gets you another perk. So basically you run 1-3-5 or 2-4-6, and you run I normally hit up assassins first, that way I can get off the UAVs or whatnot. Blind eyes third, that way I can't get affected by any kill streaks, because if I'm getting my 3rd kill streak, that means I might be going somewhere with the streak. So I don't want to get picked off by a random, attack chopper in there. And then 5th, I run off blast shield, just so that way I can, kind of protect my rear, and I won't get completely raped by a grenade or anything that's up close, and it lets you survive a lot longer. And then, if you get 2 more kills, and that's right, just a 7 kill streak, and if in Assault, a 7 kill streak would be an attack chopper that gets you about 5 kills at its best. But if you get 7 kills in Specialist, you get every perk in the game. And if you have all pro perks, then all the perks are pro when you get them. But if you don't, you get the normal version of the perk. But anyways, if you think about it, that's every perk in the game. That is such a nice trade-off. Like, whether you're really good with the perks or not, it doesn't matter. Like, you turn to the super soldier, and with extreme conditioning and everything, you just fly across the map, and your guns are all super strong. Well, not super strong, but like, they just feel better because you get stalker and everything, and you're able to just move so fluently and quickly and really just outspeed your opponent in your reaction times and everything. And I do think that this is kind of an underrated perk tier, at least yet. I mean, a kill streak tier, at least yet. I don't know how many people have actually released this info on how good Specialist is, but if you guys haven't tried it, I definitely recommend checking it out. It is rocking pretty much every kill streak package I have in all my classes. I'm rocking it simply because it's so nice. Being that every perk in the game really turns you into a super soldier, and I never thought it would be so good and so viable in the game, but it really is, guys. So I hope you guys go check that out. Next up is Assault. Right here in the commentary, at least, I get the Osprey Gunner, and if you guys don't know, it's a 16, 18, 19 kill streak. I don't remember that much because I haven't used it that much, and it's a little clunky. I don't think it's gonna make up for the ability that you can have with Specialist. And I think Assault is really falling behind in this game, at least, because a lot of the maps just don't really support these big-ass kill streaks coming in. I will say Village is probably one of the better maps to use it, at least for me. But overall, I think this is kind of a lacking kill streak tier, and we'll see if they upgrade the weapon power of the kill streaks later on or whatnot. So I kind of have stopped using it since this is probably one of the last gameplays I ever used using Assault. But if you guys do want to see more Assault-oriented gameplay, I will definitely go out and get some. But you gotta let me know, otherwise I'm just gonna probably keep running Specialist. And so, like I was saying, I do think that this is a kind of a lacking kill streak tier at the moment, so we'll see what happens with the new maps that come out. Maybe they'll be more Assault oriented or whatnot. And last up, we got Support. And if you guys don't know, if you haven't picked up the game yet, you can basically die and still continue with this kill streak set, but it pays off because it does support kill streaks. So all your UAVs, all your like Blackbird oriented Blackbird type of UAVs called the advanced UAV in the game. which basically it scans over and shows like what direction they're looking. Basically like a Blackbird, except not as good because it does scan over like a UAV. So the info is a little bit off, but I think it is better than the Blackbird because it is more fair. Because if you guys don't remember the Blackbird from Black Ops, it really didn't take skill. You could just jump around the corner when they're not looking the same way or whatnot, and you could really just out-predict them every time. With the advanced UAV, being that you can die and still get it, it's a 12 kill streak or point streak, whatever you want to call it in the game. It pays off for being a little bit weaker, but you still get it pretty much every game if you're running support. Alright, so with that being said, I do think the Specialist at the moment is still the best kill streak tier. And like I said, we'll see as the game progresses what really happens and goes down. But right now, I do recommend running Specialist, and you will get double XP once you hit that 7 kill streak too. So especially if you're trying to rank up, definitely run that because you're going to get a lot of points with it. Alright, so moving on, I think we're going to move on to maps. And I will say I am a pretty big fan of the style of maps they went in. Oh, that was a BS grenade. Mainly because they made them more close combat orientated, and they're a lot more smaller. And I think that really fits this genre of game. I think it really fits the Call of Duty scene. And I don't know, we'll see as the game progresses, like I said, but right now I'm a big fan of most of the maps, if not all the maps, and that's probably a first, because in a lot of the Call of Duties I didn't like all the maps. There was a lot of maps that I felt were dumb, and I don't know where they were going with it, etc. But not in this game. So far I'm really a fan of it, because you really get into the combat a lot easier and faster than a lot of the other games out there, especially if you're considering Battlefield, which takes a minute just to find someone in the map. This is pretty much the complete opposite. And with the guns and stuff in it, I think they did a really good job making the maps benefit with whatever gun you're using. Alright, lastly I'm going to talk about the guns and what I think about most of them. So we'll start with the assault rifles real quick. It's a very viable class of weapons. All of them have their perks and privileges. They're all pretty good. Next up, let's see. We'll talk about the submachine guns. So far I'd say they are very, they're up there with the assault rifles. You do good with pretty much all of them. There's a couple I might not recommend over the others, but at the moment they're all pretty good, and yeah. So here's where it really gets big, and that is with the shotguns. I don't know if you guys have used them yet, and if you haven't, it's probably because of the same thing I think. They're god-awful in this game. It is a main class, a primary weapon, I mean. And they should have just kept it the same way that MW2 is, especially if they're rocking main, primary weapons. They should be able to compete with the assault rifles and submachine gun classes. But I felt after using the shotguns for a little bit, I struggled too much, and I kind of just put them down and laid them to rest, at least till I'm done, leveling and whatnot, and I have more time to mess around with the guns. I don't think they're a viable option in this game, at least not yet. Well, we'll see. Maybe they'll upgrade them a little bit and make them, more stronger in the next patches or so. But if not, guys, if you're trying to rank up quickly and just rank up in general, I'd probably stay away from them. Sorry. But I will say the striker is probably the best out of them, and even then, that's not that good of a weapon. So, yeah, I was kind of sad about that. Alright, and so I guess we'll finish off my commentary talking about the snipers. And I'm guessing most of you guys know, especially if you're watching this, that quickscoping is back, and I can only say I'm really glad about that, because quickscoping is amazing. And I think with the maps that they put in this game being more close combat, if they weren't quickscopable, I don't even know if that's a word or not, but if they weren't able to compete with assault rifles, then they would really die in this game. And luckily, I'm proud to say that they are back, and I'm definitely going to try and get some games for you, with them at least. Alright, so I guess I'll check you guys in the next commentary. Please leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe if you want to see more content. This has been Mike, otherwise known as XLMSL. I'll catch you guys in the next commentary.